Hello, Anne. It's been a long time.
Stay away from me.
But I fixed it, Anne.
What do you mean?
A clean slate. A fresh palette.
Everything is ready, my darling. Do not be afraid. Soon we'll be together again.
This sandwich tastes as dry as hell.
Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I am Richard Ho Ho Ho, and I'm here with Simon with the shiny baubles.
Rat-da-da-da-da. So I got the song stuck in my head.
Is that the one they were singing on Are You Being Served? I think it's one of the songs that they did with the rat-da-da-da-da.
Could be.
Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Welcome to your holiday episode of Hello, This is the Doom Show. Simon, I am glad to hear your voice. Welcome to you too.
I thought you said welcome to YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube. Well, I mean, we will eventually. This episode will eventually be on YouTube, but
well, thank you.
Right now, we're just recording it on our reel-to-reel tape machine because we are analog boys.
The pulp novelization, it will be forthcoming next first next year, I think.
Oh man!
Just in time for Christmas, of course. Not.
Was it called "They Bulge by Night"?
Yes. They bulge by what time is it over here? 16 minutes past 4 in the afternoon.
It's always 14:20 nowhere. Folks, welcome to this Christmassy, juicy Christmas episode with a movie that barely has Christmas in it called I, Madman from 1989, or as I've been calling it, I, Bradman.
Love it.
This is from, and I'm going to mess up his name. I heard them say it in the interviews, but Tibor Takis.
I think the C is. I'm trying to remember the night. I think the C is silent. Takis, yeah.
He directed this, and it was written by David Chaskin, who's a person who has been mentioned, I believe, in our Nightmare on Elm Street episode. Yeah. We wanted to do something Christmassy, and of course, I thought of the movie that has the hidden Christmas, and I love hidden Christmas in movies. Which means we watch it every year. Leah and I watch it every year now for this season. We're going to spoil this. This is a horror movie with a plot, and we are going to talk about it. So don't get spoiled. Watch it first. Here is the wonderful trailer. I have an opinion about this trailer, and we will talk about it after it plays. Here comes the trailer.
They say that if you want to escape reality, all you really have to do is pick up a good book.
Why don't we just take it from the top, okay?
It all started with the book. 1 minute I was reading about him, and the next minute he was standing right next to me.
But when the escape becomes an obsession,
I mean, I've been doing this crap.
I can't stop.
it is the return to reality that becomes the challenge.
Why would anybody do such a thing?
Because he thinks that it will please me.
Lovely.
What is happening to you?
Damn it, Richard, listen to me. I'm telling you, there's going to be another killing tonight.
You can't stake out every building in the city based on some cryptic passage from a 30-year-old novel.
Going down.
Just read the book, Richard, please.
You will love me.
I, Madman. Read any good books lately?
So Simon, here's what I thought as Leah and I were going through the Blu-ray after we watched the movie and, watching some stuff about it, I decided to watch the video trailer on the disc.
Oh, I have a thought about that, but sorry, go on.
Let's just say the 3x4 framing made me very aware of what this felt like when you change its aspect ratio.
Interesting.
It suddenly becomes Twin Peaks to me.
Yeah, I did actually think watching this, because the vintage, this would have been the same year, I guess, the trailer was shot, and all the sort of 50s by way of late 80s, a lot of sort of the noir vibes. Yeah, totally.
So yeah, if somebody wanted to have a little fun, take some scenes from this movie and sub the music out for some Angelo Badalamenti, I bet it would feel very, very Twin Peaks. And not even the 50s flashback, or not flashback, the flashes of the novel that takes place in the 50s. I mean, just the main lady and the guy hanging out and talking. I think she seems like a Lynch kind of gal.
She really does, yeah, totally. So before I forget, just while you mentioned the video trailer, I had a note, and I was up at some insane time sort of watching this, so I was getting a bit goofy. I have another thing where I cracked myself up, which I'll come to later, that's just completely stupid. But anyway, so with this video trailer, there's a line in it that says, "Read any good books lately?" Which instantly, in an almost borderline sort of traumatic way, made me flash back to being a teenager, when there were these like local neighborhood fucking bozos who, one of them, and to be fair to him, he was not like, he was more like one of the henchmen of the not really bullies, sort of borderline, who just like to take the piss a bit. And his one line whenever he see me, because I think sometimes he saw me coming in or out of the library, was, "Hey Simon, read any good books lately?" Like this was like some kind of sick burn.
What a slam, bro.
Pass the ointment, jeez.
You had to read in secret. You'd have like pieces of pages, and you just like peek at them and then eat them. Oh, no one catch me. No one catch me. This is a nice plot on the back of the VHS tape. This is the Media Home Entertainment. It is too long, folks. Sometimes I perform these frickin' plots, and I just no, let's not do this. So here's the one sentence plot from good. Oh my God, I'm sorry, folks. This is 2 sentences from IMDb. A bookshop clerk and wannabe actress starts seeing the disfigured killer from her 1950s pulp novels come to life and start killing people around her. She tries to convince her cop boyfriend, but to no avail.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's see. But I will do this part. 90 minutes. Color from the tape. Yes.
I just found I'd never seen this before, the UK VHS, which was released over here under the hardcover title.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that? It's got her, or somebody, is meant to be her looking in a book, and there's like hands coming out of it in a light.
Yep. I like that. That's cool, man. That's freaking cool. I didn't even hear about this movie well out of the 80s until the MGM DVD. That was my first, I've never heard of this.
Same, really. I mean, it was one that we used to have an MGM film channel over here, and so many things within their catalogue. This would be about, 10, 15 years ago now, when I used to watch a lot more things taped off the TV, and they were great for watching stuff like that, and maybe like Terrorvision and like old Corman Poe movies, and Lovecraft one like Diamonds to Die, and just all sorts of weird eclectic stuff that's in their catalogue. And that was one that always stuck out to me. This was. I'm
going to send you a poster that I just saw just now for the first time. This is pretty cool. I like this one. It gives it a different feel.
And we'll come to this later about some of the reception abroad, because it seemed like it had, and it didn't do great. Yes. Oh, have I seen this one? The background looks familiar, but this weird, oh my word, how can a dead man touch you?
Isn't that weird?
That is, especially the sort of, not like triple Elvis, the Warhol thing or whatever, but it's like triple, I guess it's meant to be Virginia, sort of cringing with a hat to her.
Yeah.
I can't quite know what's going on there, but that is weird.
Yeah, the killer's standing behind glass, like the opaque kind of glass, and there's the triptych of her face. But then, how could a dead man touch you? The poster is affordable, dude. You could get this for freaking $40 over here.
Nice.
That's crazy. I'd buy that if I had any room to put anything up. Oh my God, that's crazy. I've been very good. Every time I see a poster for cheap, I really take a minute and talk myself out of it, because it's just, I have to put it and hide it inside a frame behind something else. So yes, I have lots of poster storage hanging on my walls.
Fair enough. I've been tempted, but I haven't even gone there yet, or like for collecting VHS, because I'm already just...
Dude, why not?
Just from movies and books and records alone. But yeah, never say never, and maybe just get the odd one that's like really, I don't know, special to me or whatever.
Yeah. The main characters here, before we jump into the plot, let's talk about some of this cast. Oh, we could talk about the director and the writer first. Hey, good old Tybor. He directed a favorite of mine from my childhood called The Gate.
Love it.
Wow. Just wow. And he came back for the sequel. Right?
Yeah, I think I told you. I watched that recently, and there is, as I said to you, there's amazingly, I think it was like a 6K scan or something of a 5mm print that's out there that it really looks beautiful. And
that's wild.
Yeah, amazing that of all, because he's done, I see on he's got like 50 directorial credits, I think. For the films he's probably best known for, which would be the two Gate films, and this, I'm guessing, or at least to people, genre fans, that was the one that currently probably has the best. I don't know. Was it Scream Factory, the Blu-ray for this? That looks great. I have a Vestron one for the first Gate, but yeah, the fact that of all three of those, the Gate 2 is like, yeah, fuck you both, 4K, 6K.
Okay. The only other thing of his I've seen, his made-for-TV movie, the Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, the 1996 one that led to the show.
Nice.
And then he ended up just doing one episode of the show. But I want to see there's two movies of his I must see. He did one called Killer Rats that looks frickin' awesome. Oh my God, Ron Perlman. Oh boy, he was slumming it. That was 2003, and then in 2005, he did Mosquito Man.
How that title jumped at me too, yeah.
Which I am shocked. Corin Nemec. Oh boy, I need to. I bet these are on Tubi. Speaking of Tubi, we were talking about that channel before. But yeah, so the writer David Chaskin, he gave the world he wrote Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Oh yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. He also wrote The Curse, which is an interesting movie, but a very problematic movie. And I don't even like to use that word. But of course, many years later, I'm pretty sure it was this one, because I don't think Will Wheaton was in the sequels.
I did have a chance to read the, and for anybody interested in this, in the Fangoria archives, I think it's Fangoria 80. There's a 4-page article about this with Tiba Takas and David Chaskin. And they do mention, I don't know if I should mention this now or later, or while I'm thinking about it, whatever, a quote that just made me laugh to do with his experience on Nightmare 2 versus this. I'll just read the sort of whole paragraph, including the quotes. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, Chaskin's first produced screenplay, has also been criticised by hardcore horror fans. Quote, there's a lack of intensity in Nightmare 2, he admits. A big difference between I, Madman and my two earlier scripts doesn't lie in the scripts, it lies in the directors. Tiba Takas is a director who likes horror movies. Nightmare 2 director Jack Shoulder admittedly doesn't like horror movies. And David Keith wants to be Woody Allen. That's why The Curse and Nightmare 2 are less intense than the scripts.
Wow. No, that's freaking ridiculous. But Will Wheaton has come out and saying that he and his sister were absolutely terrorized.
Really?
As child actors, they were not taken care of on this set. They felt very, very pressured to do everything. And there was a lot of uncomfortable, just like bad shooting conditions. Where the kids were just like cold and dirty, and it was just awful, and then they were being yelled at and just treated less than human. And so he says it was quite traumatic for the both of them, that shoot. And of course, Fulci being a producer and being on set doing some effects, which is how I think it worked. I think Fulci, he would never resist yelling at a person, treating somebody like shit. But yes, we'll come back to some more of the behind the scenes people, but the in front of the scenes people, man, oh man, we've got Jenny Wright as Virginia.
No relation, I hasten to add. Although, the shared namesake, it does mean when I watch this, I can pretend we're married or whatever.
She's your American cousin.
Exactly.
She was in Near Dark, 1987. She had a small part in Pink Floyd's The Wall as a young groupie. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, I've seen that once, and that might have been enough.
She showed up in Twister. Not that Twister, a different Twister.
Oh, okay.
And, wow, I thought her career was way bigger than this.
No, there's something I feel like you've mentioned to me before, possibly maybe not in the most glowing terms, The World According to God, playing somebody called Cushy.
Wow. She might have been the kid. 82?
Oh, right, okay.
Or one of the teenage children.
A film I've seen once and I enjoyed, although I kind of forgot about, The Wildlife, which is a kind of almost sub-John Hughes sort of...
I was going to rent that. I wanted to watch that. I should give that a whirl.
Yeah, it was okay. And again, I couldn't really, having only seen it once, pass judgment on it. I didn't dislike it. I just didn't really stick in my memory. A film I have only seen once and I fucking hated, I think we may have talked before, St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, I will never watch that. I caught a few minutes of that on cable and said, this is not for me.
I am not the only one to say this. When people have been asked questions, what are films that could be improved by if they turned into a slasher movie halfway through? That one, definitely.
I'm going to say this and people are going to be so pissed, but I don't care. I feel that way about Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I know. Like that, those people are likable. I'm not saying they're not likable characters, some assholes in that movie. But I just find that movie so depressing and just like, it's so funny. And I'm like, that movie makes me want to fucking slit my wrists. What are you talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
She was also in good old Lawnmower Man, the movie that Stephen King sued the shit out of, and rightfully so. Hilarious. She plays Virginia. She's our book clerk / aspiring actress. She is beyond gorgeous in this movie.
Oh my word.
The cameraman and the director and her costumer all conspired to make her so gorgeous that my eyes were sweating.
Well, it's funny you say that. Was one of my first notes in here was like, phew, is it hot in here? When she sat in her little cozy book nook.
Wow.
I think I've said this to you before, but it's curious she's called Virginia because I always thought this would make a great double feature. I may have done it before, I can't remember, with Candyman.
Dude, yes, absolutely. Why not? Yeah, I'd do Candyman first, then like lighten the mood with this one. Her boyfriend is Richard. Yes, relation. No, he's played by Clayton Rohner, who I love. This guy, oh my god, he was in one of my favorite slashers of all time, April Fool's Day.
Love it.
He's just so charming. He's very funny in the interviews about working with Jenny Wright. Like, man, she's got a great figure. Can I say that? I mean, she's hot, like really hot. Bless his heart.
Yes.
But what a career! Good God, this guy is amazing. Looks like he's got something coming up soon. But yeah, he's got 87 credits between TV and film.
Something that jumped out of me, which I didn't, well, for starters, I didn't connect for years that he was also on April Fool's Day. Maybe because of the type of he's playing a cop here or whatever. I don't know. Another thing I didn't think I realised that he was in a great episode of season 6 of the X-Files called The Rain King, which is a real just fun, feel-good episode.
Nice.
Well, I think he's playing, I forget whether he's meant to be a con man or not. Who can control the rain. Yeah, it is him. Yeah, he's playing the guy. But yeah, that's a great episode.
He showed up in The Relic.
Oh, what's in that?
Simon and I were talking about movies that are too dark, and everyone accuses these new horror movies of all being too dark. Man, The Relic, 1987, that shit dark. That is a too dark movie. I'm sorry. He was in I Was a Teenage Were-Skunk from 2016. Oh my God. He's in The Human Centipede 3. What? Oh, he's in a movie that I've been meaning to watch for years. Maybe I'll get to it this year. Is Nightwish from 1989. This is let's see, horror, sci-fi, body horror movie.
Oh, no. I thought I'd seen this, but the poster looks very similar to, I think. Well, at a glance, before you zoom in on the thumbnail, it reminded me of the one in Moontrap, maybe a similar font.
Sure.
Something different.
Yeah, but this is Brian Thompson and Robert Tessier. Oh man, I need to get on this one because I've seen the trailer for it before, and I keep meaning to watch it.
Stills and photos look really interesting.
Yeah, Nightwish. But yeah, he's also in Destroyer, which was pretty fun. I think I've seen that. Yeah, after I give my opinion on it, I say, I think I've seen that. No, I have not seen Destroyer. Oh, this looks great. In 1988, this looks freaking wild. I've definitely never seen this. I was mixing it up with, it was the movie that wasn't really a house movie. It's supposed to be House 3.
Oh, right, yeah.
The horror show. It's because the guy on the cover, the monster on the cover of the jackhammer wielding monster, and it's not a euphemism, reminds me of Brian James. And Brian James, of course, is freaking amazing. But yes, I need to watch 2 movies now. So Destroyer and Nightwish to get my Clayton Rohner fix. Mm-hmm. But yes, he's her skeptical cop boyfriend. He's great. Next up is Randall William Cook, a very interesting guy. He plays our killer, Dr. Alan Kessler, and the titular Bradman. Sorry, he's a visual effects guy. He's less known as an actor, but he certainly brings it in this one. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's uncredited as a cave troll in the first Lord of the Rings film.
Nice. Aren't we all? But yeah, he did the special effects in this movie, the stop motion stuff we'll talk about later, and of course he did his own makeup. He had a pal, another makeup artist, helping him out. But yeah, the very, very intimidating and grotesque and beautiful killer's makeup in this is mostly his creation. And there's a funny thing in the interviews where he met a plastic surgeon who is asking him like, "Wow, good job on that makeup there. What did you use as reference photos?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. Just use my imagination because that's kind of what it looks like when you cut somebody's nose off." He's like, "What?
Crazy, isn't it?
Please don't talk to me anymore. Give me another cocktail, please." Stephanie Hodge, who plays Mona, she's Virginia's pal at the store. I definitely don't recognize her from anything else. I've seen her in a TV episode, but I didn't remember her character at all.
No, I think I forget who. Oh, I think it was David Chaskin said she was a stand-up, and he had seen her stand-up, so he was very happy to see her come into this and be delivering her his lines with gusto and just kind of stealing her scenes. Really
nice. I wonder if she was on there's a show I used to watch religiously as a kid. Speaking of stand-up comedy, no, VH1 had a stand-up comedy show for years, and I was obsessed with that show, and I would never miss it. But she did not appear on that. But I watched a lot of stand-up comedy back in the day, so I might have seen her. But yeah, she plays Mona. Mona's very brassy, fun, no nonsense kind of gal who's terminally single. Looking for a man. There's a good joke where she's saying the chances of her meeting a handsome guy in a used bookstore is better than meeting an intelligent person at a singles bar. And then they have a joke where it's like this big old sweaty nerd walks in. "Hey, Mona." And I'm like, "Hey, don't you go marry that guy. He's beautiful." Next up is, here's a name. Michelle Fozenmaya. I'm not going to say that again. She plays Colette, the actress. She's the one that the redhead. The redhead who her and her acting buddy are jealous of because she keeps getting acting gigs and she keeps getting all of the attention by the teacher. But she didn't work a lot, this actress. This is the only thing I've ever seen her in. But she's kind of the most like, she's this happy-go-lucky. They don't really invest a lot of time in her character.
No.
And then she's like out of there. So which one is, because I don't want to go through everybody here unless there's some people that stand out to you.
Let me see.
Who's her buddy that she like does the acting stuff with? Is that
Lenny?
Is that his name?
Yeah, Stephen Memel.
Oh, okay, not Michael. I was going to say.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I could be wrong. He's not in it for a massive amount of time.
Yeah,
so,
he just sticks out as a cool character. He's fun. Yeah. He's obviously got a thing for her, but he's not pushy about it. They complain about the actor together, and of course, because the Madman is a bad man, he goes after her buddy. So yeah, if anybody else comes up while we're talking here, but yeah, we're gonna dive into this plot. So the movie starts with a scene of the camera pans into Santa's workshop. Oh wait, no. I wrote in my notes, Los Angeles, which translates to wood of holly. Was it Hollywood?
Yeah.
It's funny. So yes, so we got this lovely, very, very Los Angeles-centric movie here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in old-timey times. It looks like the 1950s. We are in a kind of fancy hotel. Let me say that again. A very ornate lobby in this hotel where the bellhop is trying to be friendly to Dr. Gordon Kessler, who's heading out for the night, but he's not very friendly. And as soon as Dr. Gordon Kessler's left behind the air of evil wherever he goes, they get a call from a tenant who's complaining about his dog raising a ruckus in his hotel room. And the manager, who doesn't like Dr. Kessler, thinks he's a weirdo, immediately grabs the keys. We're going to go check this out. I want to get this guy out of here. He's a weirdo. I fucking hate weirdos. Manager goes snooping around, and it's very, very beautifully lit. This movie is so beautifully lit. Oh my God. His room is cast in these reds, and there's all these like weird beakers everywhere and sciencey looking stuff, but nothing really too medical. It almost is like kind of an alchemical thing going on. And, get some Lovecraftian vibes from this stuff.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about this, I'm sure, but just those sort of old school, sort of like almost like Universal horror movies and more, like going back, even to like the 30s or whatever. I was just curious, because it's like you say, it is beautifully shot, this film. What else this guy, Brian England, not England, before I get confused, had also done Jason Takes Manhattan, apparently, which I am a big fan of. I believe you like quite a bit as well.
I do. It's everyone's favorite. Every single person's favorite.
And The Gate 2, unsurprisingly. Oh, My Mum's a Werewolf.
Oh my God. Dude. Masterpiece.
What else? Still need to see it. I will get
They need to put that on Blue. That DVD has been out of print forever. You cannot get a cheap copy of that anywhere.
Aging Vinegar Syndrome or whatever. Oh, something we have covered, The Hidden Two.
Ooh, nice. Was that the rave one?
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen that to revisit our episode.
Same.
But the manager hears his quote unquote dog in a big suitcase with air holes drilled in it, and he immediately thinks it's not a dog. He thinks it's a child. So he tells the bellhop to call the cops, and then the child shows up, which is definitely not a child, but also not quite a dog and not quite a person. It's a monster. Meanwhile, next door, the sexiest neighbor that's ever existed is hearing all this. She's probably the one who called to complain about the noise. She's next door listening like, what the hell's going on, as the manager's getting ripped to shreds. And then the wall bursts open, and I come running through and awkwardly compliment her nightgown. You know people are filming you right now, right? We can see everything. No. Monster comes bursting through, and then we pull back, and it is a book. It's our Virginia. She's put herself in the character's shoes while reading the book, which is called Much of Madness, More of Madmaness. No, wait. What is it called? Much of
Madness, More of Sin?
Oh, thank you.
I think.
More of Kisses? I don't know. I can't remember. This is Virginia, and she's dressed even more scantily in her real life. And oh
boy.
Again, I need a moment. Very lovely.
I think we all do.
She's chilling in her apartment, scaring herself silly by reading these novels by herself. She has the window open, and the aforementioned piano man. There's across from where her window is, there's a little piano repair place, and the night watchman over there takes advantage of being in a building full of pianos, and he's over there playing, and his window's open, so she just has it open so she can listen to his soundtracking.
I think this was about the part already in this film where I just fell in love with it, just sort of atmosphere.
Dude.
And I was thinking, I'm going to look now. If there isn't one already, you know, like people do these atmospheric loops on YouTube. That for most like films that have any degree of popularity, people have done them of, you know, like particularly stuff like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Every locale you can think of.
Yeah.
You know, like music and just atmospherics. Well, I'm just going to look if somebody's not done one because they should just take some of the music from that.
Yeah,
and
do some
the rain and the
lo-fi chill 3-hour loop. Yeah. That'd be badass. That'd be so fun. So she's freaked out by this book, and she desperately calls her boyfriend, leaves a message trying to get him to come over. And I refer to him in my notes as Dick Richard because he's a detective. That's just,
you know,
but yeah.
I'm glad you, sorry to interrupt, but I'm glad you mentioned your namesake because I was like thinking to myself, when I'm like sat around spooking myself, reading Pulp or a Hokum while I'm sat in my slip and fucking panties or whatever, getting all scared. I wish I had a Richard I could call.
I'm just one Google Meet away. Emphasis on the meat.
I suppose you. M-E-A-T. Indeed.
But Richard, you know, he sees right through her negligee. And I mean, he sees right through her. He knows that she's scared herself with this book. And he is so judgy about her choice of reading material. It's so funny. Why do you read this crap?
Tortured and ridiculed by the scientific establishment for his investigations into the creation of superior life forms.
Noted zoologist Dr. Erlen Kessler continues his experiments in the cloaked secrecy of his basement laboratory. Finally, after years of failure and frustration, he manages to successfully make his own seed with an egg excised
from the ovaries of a jackal and plants it in the womb of a unwitting human surrogate. A little light reading, honey? So what? Scared yourself again and lured me over with a cold beer so you wouldn't have to be alone?
Caught me.
Honey, how can you read this crap?
I don't know. It's something. It's like potato chips. I can't stop.
He asks her to describe the book to him while they make the sex act, and it's memorable. The next morning at the bookstore, we meet Mona, and our pal she's already on the lookout for Madman. So, Simon, this is the bookstore of my dreams.
Oh, love it, yeah.
So it is organized. There are sections, you can see them, but everywhere are stacks of books that need to be organized. It's the most booky bookstore that ever booked a store.
There was a thing that came up. There's a Japanese word for this, and it actually ties to another thing we said about Inferno. I think where there's just people who are what would you call like a bibliophile, I guess, which sounds like a slur on somebody just because of the file bit, I guess. We'll do this sundoku, I think it's called. So it's a Japanese word that describes the habit of acquiring reading materials but letting them pile up unread. And I just love seeing all that stuff. And like you said, this bookstore is a case in point for especially culminating in something which I think we see it early on, don't we? The book staircase, which is just obviously a disaster waiting to happen.
Hey, Simon.
Yeah?
Read any good books lately?
Oh, I wish I could say more, to be honest. My attention span wasn't fucking destroyed these days. Anyway, I do try.
You do try. Hey, as long as you're trying. Instead of like doing her job and unpacking this estate sale, which will come up later, she's scrounging around for the other book by this gentleman. What is the name of?
Malcolm Brand.
Malcolm Brand. Thank you for picking that up. Yes, Malcolm Brand. He is the one who wrote Much of Madness, More of Sin. And there's a second book called Madman that she's looking for.
Mm.
And I like the line where she's like, Mona says something to the effect of like,
"You sure are spending a lot of time trying to find something called I'm Madman."
Perfect. So good. The fun thing with that actress on the extras was she was like, when I read for the part, I was like, oh, this is just me. I just get to be me. And I'm like, that's pretty fun. That's fun.
Brilliant.
I hope that she also wore the animal prints and the
Oh,
big hair and everything. It's so
I'm
fun.
glad you mentioned that too, because I nearly forgot when we first see it. Was it just me? I was getting Flintstones vibes.
Oh no, yes. Now that you mentioned that, but I was getting Peggy Bundy.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yes.
freaking.
Married with Children.
Thank you. All I could think of was Love and Marriage. Love and marriage go together like my butt and porridge. Then I feel like we step into another movie as we go to Virginia's extracurricular activity, which is her acting classes. Because I guess, it's LA and she's pretty. She has to by law. And she's jealous of good old Colette. And they're doing this really terrible rendition of Othello. So bad. I think I just don't like that play very much. I've watched some Shakespeare. Maybe if I saw Othello live, I might enjoy it.
It's not, beside from by reputation and all the references and things over the years, it's not one I was ever like assigned or have, read off my own steam or anything like that.
I definitely read it in college, and we covered it very quickly. I feel like it would have been better if we'd spent a little more time on it.
Mm-hmm.
But her pal Lenny comes in. They talk about they're kind of jealous of her getting all these gigs, and then the class is almost over, and then they call a different couple to come and do their play. And the dude's like, "Oh man, we're not going to get to do our Cyrano de Bergerac. I got a new nose and everything." And he puts on the bulbous, ridiculous nose, and she just laughs at him. But the important thing in this scene is that Virginia says, "Oh, I could just kill her," about Colette. It's like, ooh, maybe don't say that.
Yeah, don't admit that publicly. Maybe not the best idea.
Back in her apartment, as she's walking up through her hallway to get to her apartment, there's a package waiting for her. And I know who delivered it. Simon, do you want to guess who delivered it?
Jeff Bezos, personally.
Yes. How did you know? No, it was it was Mailman. So of course she wastes no time and jumps right into reading Madman, and we get a very scary, like very grotesque, good look at our Madman who's been on the periphery here. See him in the lobby, but then he's got his face covered, and what it is that he's in love with this woman who's rejected him, and according to Virginia in the book, she rejects him just because he's ugly, not that he's dangerously insane. So he has cut all of his hair off and cut his ears off and cut his nose and lips off so that he can go and look for new parts. And he calls this a clean slate. And I said, how's about you try to get on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, bud? Because maybe this was a little extreme.
Just a bit.
We have this great scene where we hear from the killer's perspective of hunting his hairpiece he's going to get. That's not a euphemism. I mean, it is for a scalp, but it's not a hairpiece of the other kind. He's not looking for action. Know what I mean? So he's looking for some hair to replace his hair. And it's so fun. His narration is like, it's almost like a Tom Waits song or something, and gravelly voice. I love the voice of this killer. He's so cool. But he's getting a little film noir kooky with his voiceover. It's very fun.
Totally.
And we're back in this 50s, this 50s that never existed, with all the cool cars and everybody in costume and everything. And he's picked the redhead. Of course, it's Colette, but in this book, she's got this giant freaking head of hair. Tell me about this chase scene. It looks like they accidentally went to Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, I can see that. And it's again, you get in this sort of weird, and through a lot of this movie, this sort of weird, timeless vibe. Bits of noir, but I suppose noir and horror have always sort of been a bit on the borderline. But another thing this made me think of, this whole sequence in the chase, it made me think a bit of, I think a film I've only seen once, and something particular scene in another film which I think was very heavily inspired by it. It made me think very much of a bit in House of Wax and then later Baron Blood. And then I thought, oh, actually, the killer in this actually give real Baron Blood vibes.
Yeah,
as well.
Oh, good call. Yeah, that's awesome. I just rewatched Baron Blood recently, man. Well, still, sometimes it's my second favorite Bava.
Oh, wow.
It's like
It
it
is
vacillates between second and third, I think.
It's one I often not forget about, but just because I think it pushed my favorite might always be Kill Baby Kill.
Ooh,
Part of that's
great.
because it's an early one for me, but that is such a fun one. And I think gets overshadowed maybe by stuff of a similar vintage.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's I don't know. It's not to say in terms of the horror stuff it like lacks any impact or anything, but it's more of a sort of fun, almost like popcorn film. Almost, I mean that in the best way.
Oh yes, of course.
You know?
Yes.
Love all that. And this, speaking of Italian horror, as this chase scene sort of goes on, and particularly, well, two things sort of like cuckoo flourishes that when we get into the apartment building, and there's a couple of bits in this. One, Virginia's apartment, and I don't know whether it's I presume it's the lenses they use, where the hallways look almost like surreally sort of long.
Yeah, yeah.
And like extended, and I think it's probably after she's been, injected with the syringe. Or before that, there's a great, I don't know what, like really fast, like track or dolly, or probably more likely those in the zoom in on him into the hallway, holding the syringe, and then when he manages to get his foot in the door and inject, and then you go into this sort of drug delirium, with the sort of extended hallway, and particularly the sort of billowing curtains is just such a great touch. Made me think of it's a bit different, I suppose, because I think these are bed sheets. It made me think of that one scene in Spider Labyrinth.
Oh yeah. Or speaking of everyone's favorite, Dracula 2000.
Oh man, I know you're a big fan of that.
Billowing curtains.
Still need to watch that.
Oh, dude, it's way more fun than people give it credit for, and then it's solid. I think it's a solid film. It's got some issues, but I love it.
It came up, so I think he was getting ready to shoot it when I was re-listening to the commentary for Scream 3. So I think was it Patrick Lussier, Craven's long-term editor? I think he directed it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
It's good stuff. The scariest thing here is, of course, a stranger injecting you with some freaking crap in a syringe, where he manages to put his foot in the door and catch her arm, and then just jabs her, and then he starts saying, "Okay, I want you to count down from 100."
Oh god, yeah.
And oh man, it's just so creepy. The countdown. Oh my god, man. Let's see. We have a very nasty scalping scene, which it leaves more to the imagination, thankfully, I think. But of course, it's going to be gruesome later when you see what he does with her scalped head.
I love how in the commentary, which is with, let me see if I can remember, I think it's, with T.B. Takas and Randall William Cook, how in real life, and I can relate to this, he's quite squeamish, and he's just, when he's watching that bit back, he's like, even though he's the guy in the scene who's done the effects, oh God, I can't even watch this. I just think he's brilliant.
That's great. That's great.
Nikki's Christmas Carol will return after these messages.
Oh, hey, Dasher, I need stocking stuffers. Send down the Milton Bradley travel games.
You sank my battleship.
Dancer?
Yahtzee!
Prancer!
Milton Bradley travel games are compact versions of fun family classics.
The perfect stuff.
Connect 4!
For stockings.
We start having this reality blurring thing even more, where Virginia's seeing this villain in real life, and we get the nice, Nightmare on Elm Street-esque reality blurring things. Very fun.
Oh, is this where I even know I think it's where she's around the bus stop, and she's visit the Man's Chinese Theatre. I noticed, there's two things. One I may have missed, or it might come later, because I noticed, I guess this was 89 as well, Throw Mama from the Train, I think is playing somewhere. And
holy shit.
And somewhere else, maybe earlier or later, I forget, a film called, I was like, why do I know this title? I've not seen it, but a film called Metal Messiah, which I think was T.B. Takas's directorial debut.
Oh, shit. That's what Metal Messiah. I thought it was a band that was going to play at the...
yeah, it sounds like it.
That's like a metal band. That's funny. No, cool. Yeah, I have not revisited Throw Mom from the Train. I've been kind of scared, too. That was one of the infamous tapes that my parents bought me when I was a kid, and I proceeded to watch that movie like 300 times. Like, I would just have it on and just watch it over and over again. I just one of those things when you're a young kid and you don't have access to a lot of media,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you do have, you're going to reread or rewatch. And it was like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh boy, that and RoboCop and freaking Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Blues Brothers, just those movies that I don't even have to watch anymore.
Yeah,
I have them
it's just
so ingrained. So the Piano Man gets killed, which sucks. He takes his ears. Apparently his lady love in the book didn't like his ears either. It's kind of like a Bride of Reanimator thing where they're taking all the best parts of all these people.
Frankenhooker as well, of course. That's yeah.
So the cops get involved because, of course, Colette is really dead, and good old Virginia literally witnessed the Piano Man getting killed. So now the cops are skeptical, obviously, when she starts mentioning about the book and how he came out of the book. I might have kept that part to myself. But yeah, so she's got all the inside information from the book. And then she goes to meet with the sleazy publisher to try to figure out something. And this is Murray Rubin, who plays Sidney Zeit, the publisher. And this guy, Ghostbusters.
Oh. The man in the elevator, right. Yeah, of course, because I've seen Ghostbusters 10,000 times. Playing. His last name is Rubin, isn't it? Because he's credited in an episode of Seinfeld as Rubin, the wizard. Why does this ring a bell?
Wasn't that the video game movie?
Well, yeah, it was, but I'm trying to. Season 9, Jerry goes down to Florida for his father's birthday. George tries to avoid Susie's parents. I can't fucking remember. I vaguely remember. I've seen all of Seinfeld once.
That's funny. I think everybody had to do their Seinfeld moment.
Absolutely. Oh, speaking of something else I've seen once and did very much enjoy, he's in Dr. Mordred.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that.
Yeah, it was great. It's was that one that Charles Band directed himself? Oh yeah, him with his dad, Albert.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the their Doctor Strange, but not Doctor Strange movie, because I think by the time they made it, they'd lost the rights or whatever. But it's fun. It's worth a watch.
I will absolutely watch. I need to bump that up to my. Brian Thompson again. I mentioned him earlier. Nice.
You did.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I gotta watch that. But yeah, he's the sleazy book publisher guy who, he thought that what's his face was crazy, and he just didn't care. He just like, whatever. I didn't really care what I published. Kind of a cigar chomping, like sleaze bag a little bit. Not very helpful.
It's weird, isn't it? Because he almost pretends to be so disinterested, but then when he begins sort of telling the story, it's obviously, had such an impact, and he delivers it just so wonderfully.
Oh man, it's awesome.
You published this book as nonfiction.
Both books were nonfiction. Malcolm insisted, claimed they were confessions. He was a ranting schizophrenic. Of course, nobody believed anything he said.
So the stuff in the book about what he did to himself?
Oh, geez, yeah. He messed himself up pretty bad, all right.
She begins to realize that Mona is in trouble and she needs to save her. She thinks that she's going to be next because she has beautiful lips. And I thought they were nice lips, but I've got some beautiful lips. Christmas kisses. Okay. So she's calling her boyfriend desperately at the police station. She gets Richard blocked, where his fellow detective's like, oh, it's a message from his crazy girlfriend. Do not tell him now. He's getting yelled at by the chief or whatever. So her message does not get to him quickly enough. And she shows up at the bookstore only to find that her pal is dead. And the bookstore cat is drinking her blood, which I love.
Oh, there's a little. I had to rewind it because I was like, and I'm still not entirely sure what they were zeroing in on. It's like, I think they wanted a close up on that, which then they got. This was on the commentary watching back, and then the cat, before it leaps away and it's still having a drink, it does this little leg shake, which is just so fucking cute.
It's like, oh man, I stepped in this sticky crap I'm drinking. Yeah. Yeah, that cat's pretty cute. I love bookstore cats.
Yeah.
So yes, Mona unfortunately did not make it. And...
Oh, that's the point. Sorry, just backtracking slightly. I got confused before because there's the bit at what I think is the Pasadena Public Library, all of the interiors.
Oh shit! I completely skipped that whole scene.
No, don't worry. But that the whole thing in the book where she's reading for the clues is about the cats with the librarian, which she first thinks is the lions outside. Now I had a look at the Pasadena Public Library and I couldn't see any lions outside. My brain, speaking of Ghostbusters, was getting confused because I was thinking of the New York Public Library, which has those outside, I think, quite famously.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see any outside the Pasadena one, so I'm guessing that was either a production design or department edition, or maybe a composite like Matt, some special effects wizardry. But yeah, I'd have to look, and apologies, my notes are in a bit because I watched the commentary in like two different parts, are a bit disordered. But I feel like the interior might be a different library, but I can't remember. I'll have to have a look.
Makes sense, yeah. I totally messed up my notes just now. When I said she tries to save her buddy, I was talking about Lenny. It would have really been helpful if I'd picked up on his freaking name. Anyway, Lenny is gifted with a very distinguished nose. And, of course, she fails to save him from the killer, and he gets his nose cut off and dies. So, yes, whatever. I don't even know if he'll fix that. Whatever. So anyway, yes, we're at the end of the movie here. After the big stakeout in the library, the woman who is supposed to be the next victim, the cop, the lady cop, who's going to pose, ends up fainting. She can't handle the pressure, and they end up making Virginia stand in. I love in movies when they put a civilian in danger. My favorite time that happens is in the giallo called Play Motel. That super sleazy one. The cop straight up tells the amateur detectives, "I'm going to put you in danger, all right?" Like, that's just how it's going to be. I need you to nearly get killed. Very funny stuff. That movie is ridiculous if you've ever seen it. Oh my God.
No, I need to get to that.
It's okay. It's definitely almost porn. And I think there is a triple X rated cut of that out there somewhere, but no thanks. But yes, I do love the library scene. Absolutely. But yes, now we're at the showdown in the store. She's being chased through the store by good old killer. And that's when, what happens to the stairs?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I said this before, didn't I? So, yeah, again, you have the not just a staircase, but like an additional, on this book ending it, I suppose, on either side, of just another book staircase going down. And like I said, accident waiting to happen, so we get a fucking like book avalanche or rapids or river or all of the above.
It's like a dream. It's like a dream sequence.
I love it. And I don't know. Well, I presume there were already a lot of different books, but I did notice during this was a lot of like I think like National Geographics and what you call like digest condensed books or whatever.
God, the most worthless.
Padded out a bit.
If you've ever worked at a library, folks, you've had to deal with this bullshit. But what do you mean they're not valuable? I've been collecting these for 20 years. So is everybody else, goofball. Nobody wants your freaking National Geographic. Stop it.
Fucking loft insulation or something instead. You're not going to be able to palm that shit off on anybody.
Wallpaper. So yes, she's struggling and she's got the killer after her. And then Richard shows up. He's also sliding down these stairs. So fun. I love it. We have a nice showdown and Richard just blows the guy away. And of course it is not effective because he's a supernatural being. And he's choking Richard to death. And that's when she gets the idea, oh, we need our doggo. So she starts reading from the book that just is coincidentally sitting on top of a stack of books that she's trying to get under to get his gun because it fell under them. And she starts reading the passages about this beast that he created that hates him and appears. We get our stop motion creature again. And the beastie and it square off in this book attic thing. I forgot to mention that Mr. Brand, all of his books, his estate that's the estate, this estate sale that she was supposed to be organizing the whole time.
Oh,
so
well, it's like
his trunk is there.
Of course, yeah. Nicely set up. Yep.
Love it. So yeah, and you think the killer's got the upper hand. He actually pulls an inferno and uses a random broken window.
Of course, yeah, like a guillotine or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, to cut the thing in half. And he's like, haha, I'm done with that. Now I can kill you. And then crawling on its two hands, the creature is like, I ain't dead yet. I don't need my lower half. And they finally square off for the final time. And our pal, the killer, gets blasted out the window by his own beast. What happens when their gory corpses fly out the window? What happens, Simon?
It's just like I don't know how you describe it, like a fucking whirlwind, just like a gust of, like a blast of like book pages just flying out the window. It's one of those things that like just perfectly simultaneously makes absolutely no sense, but makes absolute fucking perfect sense in the film as well.
Oh man, it's just so beautiful. And then you get this amazing, not quite effective effect shot of the little tiny LA skyline with the the book pages. It almost looks like a snow globe.
Yeah, that's maybe what it's reminding me of. Partly, I found it hard to describe.
What an ending! And then, of course, Richard says to her, "Don't ever fucking read a horror novel again, you dumbass." No, he doesn't say that. But she might want to take a break from horror for a while. Maybe.
Might be an idea. Doesn't seem to have the best effect on it. Again, it's like one of those, your mileage may vary with the ending, and I suppose the movie in general, of whether you're going to find something like that, of like, oh, so that's it, or WTF, or you're going to find it as, be curious to see what you think. But I personally, I find it very, very satisfying, and then just very simple, just to sort of pan away over the street, and a nice sort of piano music, whatever, from before sort of returns, and
it's so nice.
Pan up to the not quite a sort of blue sky, maybe a bit of blue peeking through, but it's weird. So I'd prior to this, I'd rewatched The Gate and Gate 2 just before that, and that's pretty much exactly how the first Gate film ends.
Oh, that's amazing! Cool,
nice sort of sync there.
Very nice. Oh man, so we'll come back to how I feel about this movie in a minute, because boy howdy, I got some stuff to say. You mentioned the cinematographer.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Englund's cousin. Dude, I am so sick of IMDb. They've got some movie they're promoting right now, and it's a very animated menu thing they're trying to do, and it's slowing the whole site down.
I don't know whether I've seen it, because I do have, although I have turned off sometimes when it plays havoc, with ad block. Can be a bit of a mixed blessing.
It's got all these... Sometimes. Oh, it's so irritating. But anyway... Thank you, IMDb butthole, as usual.
Yeah.
But yes, this is Brian England, which of course is a misspelling, as we all know it's Englund. That's where Simon lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned cinematographer of frickin' Hidden 2 and good old Gate 2 and Friday the 13th Part 8. I'm sorry, I keep repeating everything you just said. I just can't get over my mom's a werewolf. It's so freaking hilarious. He also shot Wicked Stepmother, which is very fun. He shot one of my more valuable DVDs, Cheerleader Camp, in 1988. Right. That's stuck on DVD. Yeah,
that's why I hadn't noticed, because I just squinted to see the thumbnail, but I did see bloody pom poms, and I was like, why does that ring a bell? That's the UK, isn't it?
That's a great movie. I really wish that would get a new scan, because that's such a fun one.
Yeah,
we need to see that guy's butt when he moons everybody in HD, y'all. Put that in 8K in my face. He also shot a really frustrating movie that I've always wanted to like more, and I think a lot of people might feel this way. Sometimes They Come Back.
What was that, Stephen King one?
1991. It's not terrible. It's just, I don't know. It's like just something that annoys me with it. I need to maybe need to give it another watch sometime. Michael Hoening did the score for this. It's a great score for this movie. He did the music for The Blob in 1988. He played synth on the Galaxy of Terror soundtrack, which is a great soundtrack. Oh my god!
Oh, that's interesting. Year after that, film I've not seen in years. Koyanis Katsi, composer, additional musical director. Because I know that's best known as a Philip Glass.
Yeah. He did the music for Class of 1999, did the music for the Max Headroom show, as well as The Gate. And of course, a movie that I cannot wait to watch again called The Wraith from 1986. What a freaking blast that movie is. Love it. But yeah, I have to wonder what else the art director and the production designers worked on. Because, man, that's one thing about this movie is both of those things are beautiful. Yeah. Production design and art design.
Yeah, the whole thing is just really, really beautifully crafted.
This is a name. Tori Nurafchan. She did some fun stuff. Okay, she did a parody / sci-fi comedy movie called Remote Control from 1988, which I freaking need to see. Oh my God. Kevin Dillon, Jennifer Tilly. What? So she did that. But yes, Matthew C. Jacobs and Ron Wilson were the production designers on this. Oh, he was on Eve of Destruction, which is a fun one. I haven't seen that since it was new. Eve of Destruction was the killer robot lady movie with Gregory Hines. God, I bet that's freaking amazing now. The technology is probably really funny in that movie. Oh, the piles of stuff I need to rewatch is cray. So yeah, they didn't do a lot of other things that I know, but it's just I want to give a shout out to that type of work with movies where it really stands out.
Same year as this, I'm looking at Matthew C. Jacobs and his production designer credit. Same year as this, Society.
No shit. Speaking of movies, I need to see Guyver.
Yes.
From 1991. That movie's been on my periphery of viewing for years.
Same.
I think I've seen the anime many years ago, but never saw the live action American one, which is just nuts.
Oh, speaking of Society, I didn't realize it's got two directors, Steve Wang and Screaming Mad George. Right, okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Screaming Mad George. Yeah. He's the man, dude, for speaking of Christmas horror movies.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Trivia stuff, I obviously strongly recommend, if you have the Blue, to check out either the commentary or the making of.
It's a really great Blu-ray. I'm trying to get two, and part of it was just, to be quite frank, was just fatigue if I didn't have the energy to be as exhaustive as I might know. But then again, it's like something less if you're sufficiently interested, then yeah, we'd implore you to just pick it up, because it's a great release. But I did note one or two things down. One thing I will mention, I alluded to before because you were talking about casting. Now, as is always the case, they wanted, both in front of and behind the camera, they wanted some bigger name people, like for the leading role Virginia, for instance. Andy McDowell was considered.
Oh, yeah.
Now, well, some reason I wrote her name down. I miscapitalized things. I wrote it down as Andy McDowell. And for some reason,
she
about
does
half
do
to
well.
it. Well, she does, yeah, absolutely. And for some reason, this was hysterical to me, right? Watching this about half to in the morning. I think I was getting a bit goofy, to be honest.
But honestly, I like her, but she was so wrong. She was not the right person for this movie at all. Yeah, totally. You mentioned briefly that they had a lot of trouble with the how to market this. The studio did not know how to market this at all.
No, they really didn't. So I think they sort of kind of wimped out a bit, and it had a bit of a limited release, stateside release. But it sounds like it did a lot better, especially in France. And he tells, I think, on the commentary and also on one of the featurettes about having a great screening in Moscow, of all places, where he went over to promote it. Where it was, I think it seems like either horror films were not that common over there then, or maybe they were just a bit behind. But they'd have these. It sounds like more like a Bollywood screening, very multi-generational screenings of kids' grandparents and everything. And they were like, jumping at everything, and they're in this, like 1,000-seat theater, a tiny screen with somebody translating it in real time. And it just sounds like the whole thing went down gangbusters, because they were not used to it.
IMDb says that this made $205 worldwide.
That is so sad.
That's a lot of rubles.
It might be, yeah.
Paul Mason, one of the producers, he worked on Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, this guy as well. Yeah, sounds like they both did.
What a movie! Now that's a movie I thought I wouldn't like, and I ended up because I don't know, clowns are just freaking annoying to me. That movie is so fun and so special.
Something else I think we've mentioned a few times that I've been morbidly curious to watch for 23 years since it's come out. Fear.com.
Oh my God, you are in for something. It is it is quite fun, bad stuff. That is good bad stuff.
Nice.
Moshe Diamant, he produced Pray for Death and Rage of Honor, a couple of those ninja movies. He also did Programmed to Kill, which I've always been curious about. Looks fucking terrible. Oh shit. Raphael Eisenman, producer on Teen Witch.
Oh.
You know what he can't do? He can't top that.
No, absolutely not.
Helen Zabo. Oh, she executive produced Monster Dog. She was definitely in Italy being confused. One more. Ooh, okay, I got this. Edward Sarlui, he produced Mom, which I saw, I think I watched for the first time this year, last year, from 1990.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good one. I like that. I was very surprised by that.
Yes, I remember you mentioning that. Yep.
It was definitely better than I thought it was going to be, and different. Anyway, so that's all the producers. A little bit of fun I have here. I have the translation, the title translations here. This, of course, had many different iterations of I, Madman, but there's some strange ones here. In Italy, this was called Alone in That House.
Wasn't a La Casa sequel, was it?
I wish it had been. In Mexico, it translates to Satanic Readings.
Ooh.
Poland, this is nice. Hardcover in a stiff cover.
Really?
Doubling down on that. Oh, man. In Norway, this translates to Virginia's Nightmare. In Finland, Me, the Mentalist. Probably the one that I'm really struggling with here, Argentina, they called it Mortal Bond.
Someone lost in translation there, perhaps.
Yeah, totally. Maybe it's a saying they have for American horror movie guy. I don't know. Portugal, it's the Cape of Terror, and I don't know if they mean cape or cape.
Oh, as in like Cape Cod or whatever,
or a cape you wear.
Well, yeah.
Or crepe of terror, bloody crepes.
I'm trying to translate some of the other ones in real time, and I'm just losing it here because one jumped out. Was for
what do you got? Don't do the Russian one. I want to do the Russian one.
Oh, okay. Yep, please do. Before that, I had Serbia, and it jumped out at me because it looks like it says Turd Poves, but it's not. It's TV Ardeen Poves. And it's hardcover, that's all it is. But I just looked as like I have to know what that means. So sorry, we're going to be distracted there for a minute.
Oh no, please! That's why we're here, for distractions. The Russian one. This is the last one I got. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you're crazy. You're wearing somebody else's lips, and you look worse than you did before. Ugly, you damn uggo.
Yeah, I mean it all. Yeah. It describes the movie, I think, pretty succinctly.
I'm crazy. So, Simon, how do you feel about I, Madman? And be honest, because he's listening.
Oh, I better do. I think I said earlier on, but I pretty much from the off just fucking fell in love with this movie. I just think it's such a great, wonderful hidden gem, deep cut, what have you. I don't... It depends because, like, between this and The Gate, which I think that maybe came to them similar times. I think that was on a different channel, but discovering those about 10, 15 years ago, and just both are very, very rewatchable. Nice. And, they just have a different sort of vibe, though. I guess that one maybe as a sort of at this point, I think they're both sort of what we call sort of comfort horror. Maybe The Gate more because it's I don't know, that sort of most like borderline kid horror sort of thing, and the sort of suburban setting, which sort of living out there is very relatable to me. But I've long, don't consider myself an expert or anything by any means, but loved like noir and stuff as well. And obviously, there's a lot of that DNA in here, and that's another thing. Sort of linking to Christmas. Obviously, we're in November now, or Noirvember. There's a lot of people like to call it. So this is a great one to watch this time of year as a sort of after Halloween's over, and when and I'm just glad without giving my life story, being made redundant this year, if I don't have to work in fucking retail this Christmas.
Oh wow!
First time in like 15 years. So it's not surrounding me already, this fucking early in November. But I'm content, film wise at least, to sort of ease into it a little bit with stuff like this. It's just a perfect candidate for it because it's there in the background, but it's not like overly obnoxious.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the first time I watched this, I had no Christmas impression of it at all. And then Detective Dick Richard, he runs through that lobby, and there's a giant Christmas tree. Oh, this is a Christmas movie. So we started revisiting it, and every time I watch it, I see more Christmas decorations around the movie.
It does start very subtle. I think the first one I noted it. I forget. I think it's about 10 minutes in. It's the little one around again, cozy little reading area.
Sure.
Just on the mantle or whatever. And then there's a bit, I think, where she's flicking through the channels, and there's like a not like a Coca-Cola one, but almost that sort of vibe. Very brief snippet of a Christmas ad. But yeah, like you say, the one in it's like, if you hadn't realized already, when you get into the sorry, I got mixed up before. I think it is the interior of the same library of the Pasadena Public Library.
Okay.
It's a beautiful building.
Nice.
Where it's like, yeah, if you didn't realize this was secretly a stealth Christmas music already, here you are, you fuckers.
And also her apartment number is 31, and that's the number of Christmas.
But of course, it's
right.
always 1031 somewhere.
I honestly think this should be on more people's favorites list.
Yeah.
Just because it rides the line of trashy versus classy, and it holds back on some of the gore. It's very grotesque, but it's not lurid. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's lurid, but it's not a nasty late 80s splatter fest or anything. You don't have that zombie leaning over and his guts pouring out of him like in frickin' Day of the Dead or some shit like that,
Oh God, yeah.
And
there's a bit of and there's another movie I forgot to mention. I think it's the same year as it, and again, sort of Nightmare on Elm Street adjacent like this is. I think 89. That was the same year as the Phantom of the Opera one with Robert Englund.
Oh yeah, that's a very interesting movie. I just watched that for the first time last year, maybe. Very different from what I was expecting. The tone of this is spot on. Production stuff behind the scenes. Just the amount of work that the gentleman who did the effects as well as his own makeup, just the amount of stuff he did to pull off that character is just really incredible.
Talking about an MVP of the movie, I mean, geez.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, this is Jenny Wright's movie, and yet it's his movie too.
Yeah.
Because the two of them carry this so well. And, he obviously has way less screen time than her, but he's so imposing.
Yeah.
That's one story I liked where he was talking about being in makeup in the cafeteria and everyone not sitting with him because they were so grossed out by his look, even though he was only half in the makeup. It was like, I can't watch you eat, dude.
Yeah, it could be a bit off-putting, I imagine.
So yeah, this is a blink and you'll miss it Christmas movie. Simon, did you have something you wanted to chat about?
Well, and I couldn't think of. Well, no, I can think of specific things, but my brain works. So just like you start thinking about one thing, then, well, okay, here's one for starters, because this is noir adjacent as well. One that I dig out every year. Sometimes there's a bridge between, Noirvember and Christmas. It would be Trances.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Coming soon to this show, folks. We're We're going to talk about transfers on this show sometime.
Hey, fantastic.
I saw Transfers 2 for the first time this year, and that's on my list of favorites of the year already. Spoiler alert there. I love that freaking movie.
Fantastic. Glad to hear that.
And that's one of those things you're like, oh, wait, there's totally a Santa Claus, and there's totally a gift exchange, and they talk about Christmas, but you don't think of it immediately.
I know you don't, and then there's there's big chunks of the movie where it is, either forgotten about or it's just not. It's in both cases it's peripheral to the plot, but it's there part of the, trimmings or what have you, I guess you might say. One other one, which is because I picked up the 4K, I've not had a chance to watch it yet, which is very similar in this respect, would be Hardware.
Yeah, Hardware is Christmas, totally.
Yeah.
I've got one for you. 1988, The Brain.
Oh, yes.
That is one of those movies where you're like, wait, what did his parents ask him to do? To throw out the Christmas tree? And you're like, oh, wait, let's rewatch that. And then the following year, you see a little bit more of Christmas in it than you'd noticed before.
Love it. And that particular bit where they're putting the stuff out in the end, a couple of years in a row. The first, I think, was accidental, but then I made a point to do the next year of maybe 12th night or whatever. When I was wrapping up, so to speak, watching the all the Christmas movies, I think I may have watched that either as a final or penultimate Christmas movie of the year, because it just felt so symbolically perfect of having that scene where they're literally throwing all the Christmas recycling and rubbish away and down the end of the drive or whatever.
Totally. And then there's Legend of Hell House, which they have the dates leading up to Christmas Eve.
They do, yeah.
One of my favorite, and I'm putting this in quotes, bad movies, because I think it's a freaking legendary, masterful thing to bust out every year. Scanners 3, The Takeover.
Oh, still not watched any of the sequels.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. So I liked Scanners 2. It's crazy. It's one of those movies that just ups the ante and tries to deliver the goods. It's trying very hard to be its own thing while still having the connection of the first one. And then part 3 is wacky, really wacky. I love part 3. And sure enough, it starts at Christmas, I think. There's definitely somebody in Santa suit and some decorations, a Christmas party, stuff like that. I highly recommend you get to that at your earliest convenience. You will be very surprised, I think.
I'm excited to see the sequels for a while. This reminded me. God, which one is it? She's making me think of Cronenberg. There's one of his movies. I wanted to say The Brood, but I feel like it might be Rabid now, where there's an insane Christmas scene. Is it Rabid? Because I've only seen it once.
I think Rabid is the one that takes place. There's a Santa, one of the ghoul infected is wearing a Santa costume.
Kind of actually quite like that one bit in Trances with the, we've got trouble at the North Pole bit with the drinks infected. Yeah.
Nice.
One more I'll mention because same year of Trances, and also just I kind of think of not like sister films but almost would be Night of the Comet.
Absolutely. Yes. That is one of those movies that you forget where it's taking place because it feels like a New Year's movie because of the setup, and I think a lot of the footage they shot to make the comet party happen as they were shooting around New Year's.
That and thinking with both Trances and with Madman, them being California movies as well. And I guess they're obviously being a very different, I guess, over there.
Simon, before I let you go, do the thing that every British person does at Christmas time, which is go knock on doors and ask for a penny for the guy. What is a Christmas horror or Christmas of any genre pick that you would recommend to folks to get them in the mood for someone sliding up and down their chimney?
Ooh. Well, I'd sort of repeat what I've already said about a few of them of Hardware and Night of the Comet and Trances and all of that. But there's just so many to name. Something that jumped out at me, going to say to you, looking at old Facebook posts. And the 4K will be out this month, is Eyes Wide Shut, which is a bit more obviously Christmassy because that's like there in every scene, and it is almost, because Christmas being to do with, and it's why it is, I suppose, at this point, one of the great Christmas movies, because it is so about family and relationships and how they can get a bit strained and the difficulties that come with them. So, if you haven't seen already, folks, the Criterion 4K that's coming out this month, it's probably going to cost me a pretty penny to import that in time for. But I will do it because I fucking adore that movie and I make a point of watching it every single year now.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of it.
And also, fantastic. Also, sort of a stealth or secret giallo, possibly.
Oh, yes. Why not? Dude, that totally makes sense. I like that.
I can hear some people screaming at me somewhere, but, I don't care.
Oh, man, no. I my brain went, huh? And I went, ooh. So I was struggling to think of a recommendation, and I was scrolling through a bunch of stuff because, of course, I wanted to say a big one that you and I have already covered on this show. I think it's a freaking fantastic episode. Is our Don't Open Till Christmas.
Oh, but of course, yeah.
I love that. I look forward to that movie every single year. What a joy. We did To All a Good Night.
Yep. Same with
another
that
one. That was my second choice. So I was trying to think of what the hell haven't we talked about. And anyone who knows me, this is a top tier favorite, maybe a little bit of a broken favorite. Silent Night, Deadly Night, 5, The Toy Maker.
Oh, yes.
What am I watching? Every time I watch that movie, I get into what am I watching. You've got the Pinocchio aspect, which gets more and more, let's say, perturbing. And then even if you just isolate drunk Mickey Rooney, it's so crazy. The whole movie's crazy. And then you got Killer Toys as well. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm indebted to you for sending me that triple pack of 3, which I'd seen a few times, and 4 equally bonkers in a different way, in a very
hey, I took advantage. I did not know how good we had it before this tariff bullshit. I was able to send you a box of movies, and it was like nothing. It was like maybe $20. Maybe not even that much to mail something to you in England. And now, I can't send shit overseas. It's fucking sucks.
Thank you for making the most of it. I get ready to revisit all of those. Something that jumped out again, just going searching Christmas posts on my Facebook of the going back to what we were saying initially, things that are stealth or almost barely borderline Christmas is John Carpenter's Christine.
Yes, that cycles through a few holidays, doesn't it?
I think it does. I forget. I've not seen it in a couple of years. I forget where it starts, but there's a bit of Christmas stuff at the end, like very minor, like in a couple of scenes in the background. But hell, it is there.
I'll tell you what, man. That is a movie that I did not like as a kid. I was like, the book's better. And I don't give a shit about the book now. I mean, I'm sure it's great, but that movie, dude, it holds up. It is a solid Carpenter movie. Damn.
It really does. I mean, that's in his sort of purple patch, really, isn't it? I think it gets forgotten about amongst the other ones. That and I'll just so eventually just gonna have to stop. But something I think I picked up on Blu-ray last year that I have always thought of. This is even more Christmas adjacent because it's not Christmas set, it's winter set.
Okay.
But because it is got such a huge hard-on for Black Christmas, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it, is The Sleeper.
Oh, shit. Good call. I was just thinking about that movie the other day. That's funny.
Yeah,
Sleeper.
No,
that's one of the first, somebody said, I want to make a faux vintage slasher. And I want to make it look and feel like it was made in the early to mid 80s. And they did a great job. It's a fun one. I like that one. Let's call it there, man. I think we did it before we name every movie. You know what? Let's talk about Die Hard.
Die Hard has literally just come up on my screen. And before that, everybody's favorite Christmas movie. Suspiria.
Santa Giallo Claus.
I mean, I did actually. Yeah, exactly. I did for a few years though, because of the colours. I'd equated it to. I've got it here. Said it's a bit like being drunk with all the Christmas lights on or something.
Oh,
watching that movie. So for a few years in a row, I got to watch it around Christmas because why not?
Nice. Have a jolly holly Argento day. Anyway, dude, thank you for hanging out. This was awesome.
Oh, thank you too.
And folks, thanks for listening. Whatever holiday you jam on, enjoy. Hope you have a nice get a vacation. I hope you're doing well. And make sure you watch a podcast where they heatedly get angry about the Die Hard as a Christmas movie debate and sit around the fire and then throw your computer in the fire.
And just while you're not getting angry or whatever, I just want to wish everybody a very happy and blessed Brexit day.
Happy tariffs, everybody. Folks, thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you'd like to write into the show, send an email to doomedmoviethon@gmail.com or hit us up at doomedmoviethon on Instagram or at doomedmoviethon on Twitter or at doomedmoviethon at Discord, or go to Hello This Is the Doomed Show on Facebook and message us there. If you want more Hello This Is the Doomed Show, go to doomedmoviethon.com and click the podcast button for the archive, or go to YouTube and look up Doomed Moviethon and you'll find the classic episodes of Hello, This Is the Doomed Show. And if that's still not enough, I have written some books, about my love of movies over on Amazon.com. Just look up Richard Glenn Schmidt and you'll find Giallo Meltdown, a Moviethon Diary, Giallo Meltdown 2, Cinema Somnambulist, or Doomed Moviethon, the book. Hello, This is the Doomed Show is a proud member of the Legion Podcast Network. Go to legionpodcast.com and check out the other great shows over there.